Some people will rob their mother for the ends. Rats snitch on one another for the ends. Sometimes kids get murdered for the ends. So before we go any further, I want my ends. I knew this cat named Bill, he didn't have a dollar. He was Harvard material, Ivy League scholar. Had a PhD, had an MBA. But now he's waiting tables cause it's rent to pay. Companies downsizing, inflation's rising. Can't find a job, he's feeling kinda stressed. Doesn't even feel the effects when he says, forgot to count how many times they've been blessed. So he falls off track, starts smoking the crack. And once it hits his brain, starts to chain react. Sells his shirt off his back, shoes off his feet. He's losing all his teeth, now he's out in the street. And all of a sudden it's like Jesse James trying to stick up his whole day watches and chains. But he's from business school and he's nervous with the tools. So he ends up on his back in a bloody pool for the ends. Some people will rob their mother for the ends. Rats snitch on one another for the ends. Sometimes kids get murdered for the ends. So before we go any further, I want my ends. I knew this chick named Sally. She had a nice strut, and everywhere that I went, she was up in the cut. Swinging that butt like glacier at here. Only rap the men's that rock the fly gear. Brand name wearing, champagne waving, jewels around the neck, lifestyle she's craving. Ain't no saving, she's doing all the spending. If you do the lending, she'll do the bending. Straight machine bending, it's money for tail. Shopping sprees, get her on her knees. And if you hit her with the keys to your crib, you acting funny. Come home one day, find her counting out your money. From the wetlands all the way to the Apollo. If you're broke, she's spitting. If you're rich, she might swallow for the ends. Some people will rob their mother for the ends. Rats snitch on one another for the ends. Sometimes kids get murdered for the ends. So before we go any further, I want my ends. Made a lot of noise, making money on the block, and kids was on their job. They was tougher than leather, like Reverend Run and DMC. They was toting guns, holding weight, going out of state, stacking mad chips and pushing fat whips. Fly jewels and clothes and got no job, and then one disappeared and one got robbed for the ends. Some people will rob their mother for the ends. Rats snitch on one another for the ends. Sometimes kids get murdered for the ends. So before we go any further, I want my ends. Ends. Some people will rob their mother for the ends. Rats snitch on one another for the ends. Sometimes kids get murdered for the ends.
An old crow spoke to me, busted leg, limp down the street. Said we're both tied to our own trees. Cut me loose, cut me loose. Saw the deer before it saw me. It didn't change to come. Cut me loose, spare me from this. Little beast, are you wild as me? Left some teeth in your enemies. We won't be broken, there's no curse we haven't spoken. There is no oath, there is no spell to deliver us, to make us well.
Alright, so there it is. This is the Model 22 drone. This is the drone Reaper. There's a drone Predator also. They'll be both Model 22s. This particular one was inspired by two knives. One was a Randall 19, and the other was like willow leaf shaped blades. I always wanted to try one of those and see how it worked. And the top edge, of course, is inspired by the Randall 19. The 19 has a sharpened top edge, a long one, that Randall advertises is used for chopping bone on a hunting knife. I figured you could get a lot of utility out of it besides that, so you could save your main edge. And it's called the drone because the other one, the Predator, looks a lot like a Predator UAV, I thought, and this one's modeled off of it, so that's why they're called drones. Just a quick highlight of the new knife. It's got an extra long handle on it. I think it's 5 inches overall, the handle, and the blade I think is like 4.5, something like that. I don't remember. You have to check the website. I'll have all that information up one of these days. But anyway, I appreciate you watching, and if you have any questions, just check out the website. I got all kinds of information there, both on the website and on a downloadable catalog. So look through it when you have time, and holler if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.
Old woman, tell me, why did you lie for so long in your hospital bed with the spark gone?